Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the More Than Drill and Drum podcast.
The podcast where we talk about drill, drum, and more.
My name is Jemima.
And I am Tyreese.
And today, we need to talk.
We need to talk? Hello, Jemima.
No, it's your smile. You're still
My
smiling.
smile.
You're still
Okay, wait.
smiling.
We're going to keep this in now.
Okay, all right.
Why do you think I'm saying it like that, Ben? How can you just say we need to talk? That was not planned. I did not know what was going on.
No.
We're doing our intro and you'll be like, we need to talk.
Oh, okay, but we do need to talk.
What is there to talk about? Drill, drum, more?
And more? Exactly.
How are we tackling this?
I think we just start from the beginning. Or maybe let's start from the present and work backwards.
What are we tackling right now?
I think there's just some fundamental questions in the room, man. Questions that just need to be addressed.
Questions that just need to be addressed.
Yeah, man.
I guess this me dancing around it does not help.
Well, no, not really. I think we just need to cut to the chase.
Okay. Oh gosh, tears. I'm coming sad.
We didn't even bring tissues today.
How are we actually going to say this?
I think we need to talk about what the dynamic is. Like,
Okay.
we put in our captions, dynamic duo.
Come
And do
on.
you know what? Somebody actually asked me, like, yo, is Tyreese your brother? And
okay.
I'm like, I mean, I see why you're asking that question, but no, he's not my brother. Yeah.
You know the questions that I get?
What do you get?
I get so you and Jemima do a thing, like a podcast. Like,
Yeah.
Like, yeah. We enjoy ourselves.
We do a
talk.
podcast.
We go out, travel, all that type of stuff. Oh, are you and Jemima? So all this, like, I'm trying to figure out, like, what are we talking about? Are me and Jemima dating?
The answer is no.
Oh.
No, emphatic no. The relationship is weirder than that.
Oh gosh.
But that statement, when they hear the story, that statement makes sense.
It will make sense.
Yeah.
So,
By itself, don't take that statement out of context. In context, it makes sense.
but even after that, they're like, you and like Jemima, you vibe so good. Da, 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 da.
We know.
We host together, like we drill and drum together.
Literally, yeah. Like,
And apart from that, we're good friends.
yeah. Like, the vibe has been the same since we crossed over the kind of awkward chatting. Let's talk about when we met.
And can I just state, we have tried to film this at least 2 or 3 times now.
Yeah, twice.
Twice.
Are you sure? I think it might have just been one.
That first time when we did it and the recording stopped.
Oh, really?
That
I forgot
second
that.
time, and it just wasn't given the vibes
Yeah, I think we were
wanted.
just really tired that day.
And maybe it was just 2 times. All right, we tried to record it
This is
twice.
the 3rd time now.
We'll see if it gets out there.
If you're watching this,
We made
it was
man.
a success.
And so what part of the story are we actually starting from? Are we telling the white lie first, or are we telling the truth?
No, we don't while.
Oh, okay.
What? I can't even get the word. You knew exactly what I meant. I couldn't even say it properly.
Are we going from way back? Or are we going from like 2
No.
years ago?
What way back? We need to set the scene.
Okay.
Okay, so where did we officially meet?
NEC boot camp?
Indeed.
Okay.
Why do you understand? Relax.
I'm being tested. Okay, yeah. NEC boot camp. That's
Yeah,
where we
what-
first interacted.
Yeah, what do you remember about that?
Food in the line. Talk about food
Exactly. The conversation, it wasn't even making sense.
with you. Nah, because I found out you were plant-based, vegan. And
What
me-
about it?
Oh,
You were
I
coming
like
for
my
me.
curry girl, oxtail,
This
jerk
guy-
chicken, all of that.
This guy's coming for me and they're like asking me stuff, which is like, can I just be left to make my dietary preferences?
You know, one of them
please?
jokes like, you're going to eat grass or something. I probably said something
Just
like that.
roasting. But yeah, that's basically all we used to talk about. And it was literally just in food cues.
Apart from, I think at that moment in time, we were in some form of teaching capacity.
Yeah,
with the
it's
NEC.
true. And we were in separate groups. So like, we weren't really mixing. You had your people, I had my people.
Team drum, team drill.
Exactly.
Is a thing.
The lines were clear.
I guess I worked with you quite closely. Us and the team, we developed NEC drum corps, NEC drill team as well.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm going to be seeing you at practices. Of course, I'm going to be seeing you at events. And there was this one specific time where Pathfinder, it wasn't a fair. What's the one where all the conference like join up in the field?
Not like a rally day.
It wasn't a rally day. It was an outside day in the park or something like that.
In the park?
Blanket.
Oh, Pathfinder Day.
Aha, okay.
Yeah.
Pathfinder Day, we were just sat, obviously observing the Pathfinders and stuff.
Yeah.
But we got to talk and I found out how much you love drilling.
I found out how much you love drilling. I think backtracking a little bit that day, I feel like our paths had crossed. And then it was just like, let's just have a chat. So yeah, I remember getting the picnic blanket, just rolled it out.
I had my drum pad, my stick.
Yeah, you did. I felt like I might have had mine. Were you going to teach me a beat or something? I don't know.
Like that.
But we're in a massive field. Everybody's there. And we just joined the crowd basically with this picnic blanket. And that chat, like it was a solid chat.
It was a good chat.
Yeah, it wasn't just a normal chit chat. I feel like we were getting into some big questions. Yeah.
And from there, we realized that we had a mutual passion for the aspect of more than. And that's that, no? Here we are now on sofas, having a podcast, doing reacts, doing all types of videos, and
yeah, and we're still friends in between. Little like, how are you, Tyreese?
On occasion, when you don't get on my nerves.
Wow.
But again, I think it's a concurrent, repetitive.
Recurrent. Come on now.
I'm going to say repetitive. It's a repetitive theme throughout our like talks that we have, that friendship through drilling and drumming is a thing and it's possible and it can be a great thing.
Yeah, we've had our fun times. But then one fateful day, everything changed. Everything changed. Ty, I remember just not being able to even comprehend the gravity of what had just happened. Yeah. And I think as much as we were good friends before then, I think that changed the dynamic of our relationship.
Of course.
Like it definitely glued the friendship even
the fact
more.
That I'm getting all giddy just thinking about it.
Like tea.
How did that start?
Okay, so we'd had a group gathering actually, and we were all meant to be going to a local church together the next day. But then something happened and the group split in half. So a couple of people went to one church and then that left me and you to go to the same local church. And we were like, oh yeah, that was the plan. We're going to stick with the plan. So we walked to church now and just general chit chat. Enjoyed church. Why are you
Sorry, my bad.
We enjoyed church. We worshipped. And then we just went back afterwards. And then I think I was just going to stay for lunch. Yeah, your housemate was around. So yeah, we were just going to have a lunch. It was very straightforward, really.
Sounds like a normal day.
Yeah.
Like, just wait till the end.
Yeah, it sounds dry, but everything switches up. So yeah, just a shout out to yourself, actually. You can cook, man.
Come on.
The food was nice.
What was it? I think it was like a chickpea curry.
Yeah, some rice. Yeah. We had one nice like carrot juice or something.
Really?
Yeah.
I brought out the juicer.
You made it, man. Yeah. No, that was nice as well. So after that, or like in the process of the meal, we get into a bit of chatting about like, you know, your background, where you're from and stuff. What even was the first line that kind of segued us into that conversation?
It's probably like, I moved up from London.
Yeah. And I think I was like, like where in London did you say it was?
No. What church did I used to go to in London?
Yeah, that was the key thing.
I used to go to like a church in London. And did you ask me if I knew these?
Yeah. Because when you said the church, I was thinking, that church is sounding a bit familiar. Do you know so-and-so? To which you replied. I
was like, no, I don't know them. Because different name.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. So imagine, I'm like, do you know like Uncle A and Auntie B?
And I was like, no. I know Uncle Y and Auntie Z.
So then I'm like, hold on. And at that moment, that's when I wasn't having a vision or anything, but just this strong impression was in my mind. You need to check your phone quickly.
And then throughout that time, I must have been like, oh, but they had like a kid and we lived a couple minutes away from each other. My childhood friend, blah, blah, blah,
And
blah,
I'm like,
blah.
hold on. Scrolling frantically through my phone.
It has to be one of the moments where I say the guy's name and you find the photo at the same time.
Yeah.
They're like, really? And we'll insert the photo somewhere.
Yeah. But basically, I went back through the archives, and we're talking archives from like 10 years ago.
You know, Snapchat memories.
Snapchat memories. For those of you who know, you know. And I find this picture. So my cousin came to my house one day, just showed up with Uncle A. And and he brought one youth with him. And it was like, okay, cool. And me being my young self, I'm like, well, let me snap that my cousins come. Cool. So I take one snap, these strong selfies. And I'm like, oh, cousins. So I'm like, well, my cousin's associates falls into the bracket of my cousins.
So basically, we're cousins.
Yeah. And I never saw this kid since. Like, came to my house one day, disappeared just like that. I'm like, okay, cool. But then now, when we're having this lunch, it's becoming a lunchtime revelation. Because when I scroll back through and I find the picture, I'm like, no.
And for context, that picture is of me and her and
this cousin. Our cousin.
And my features have not changed since I was like...
Same. This guy's looking the same.
Yeah, when we put up the picture, they will see I literally look the same. But I have grown up.
Yeah, just a little bit. I think I was taller than you at that point. But yeah, I was like, no way have I found my long lost cousin.
So let's go back to what you said earlier about a weird relationship.
Yeah, it's weird because I met this friend like in the last couple of years who I actually found out is basically my cousin. Crazy.
So that was just such a crazy story for us.
Yeah.
And I'm sure when we were going throughout that day, I don't know about you, and maybe we'll get into it.
Yeah.
But that time in my life, oh gosh, I needed signs from God, man. I'll be so real with you. It was, I just needed an answer for certain things.
Yeah.
And I got my answer.
Really?
And I got peace.
Really?
Peace. And I don't think I've experienced peace like that in a very, very long time. You know, like when you get the last puzzle piece and you just put it in and it,
I didn't know that.
Oh, really?
I didn't
These
know.
are real emotions.
Yeah. Wow. Wow, I didn't know that. Because from my perspective, I think I was just overcome with shock. We didn't even have like a proper conversation.
We didn't talk about it. You put on a song afterwards. Do you remember?
I think it was Speechless. I can't find the words to describe because I couldn't even piece together a sentence. I think I actually walked out the dining room and I was like, I'm gonna come back in some time because this is too crazy.
It was a good day.
It was great. It was really, really great. Yeah.
But at that time, were we talking about more than drill and drum stuff?
I think we were a bit, but not. It wasn't fleshed out to this extent because Pathfinder Day had already been. And at that stage, I think it was just kind of thinking about a bigger drill and drum vision. It wasn't more than drill and drum at that point. But I do remember us working on a digital mind map. Do you remember? We were sat around that table.
I'll see if I can bring it up.
Yeah,
I
on your computer,
yeah.
And we were just there drawing and like putting this arrow, putting that one. Yeah. And then it was like, right, it's time for me to go.
But I think in like after we had that special moment, It was more so, me and you are actually supposed to be doing something together.
Yeah.
We just need to figure out what it is.
Exactly.
And as I said, we're here.
Here we are. And I remember that night, I think both of us were just so in shock. We would just like get on the phone to our families ASAP. Like, I was like, Mum, do you remember that kid who came to the house with the cousin? Yeah, it's him. Absolutely insane.
And I have briefly mentioned it, but when God gives you a sign, man, there's no denying it.
There isn't. Like, when we actually think about it, what are the chances of that happening?
So
Slim. This London guy, I'm a Midlands girl. You come to my house on one isolated occasion, and then we're apart for the next, 10 years? And then suddenly, we're both working together in the Midlands. That's insane. That's literally insane. No. And it's crazy to think the number of times that I was literally in your neighbourhood, but it wasn't time yet. It literally wasn't the time.
And I'm sure with how invested you were in Pathfinders and myself, we must have bumped into each other.
Where?
Maybe an event or a camp, or I don't know. Maybe not.
I don't think so. Because like the BEC stuff, for example, you had an event where like you're drumming and then Amy like walks past on the camera. Like events like that, I wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make the story more special.
I know.
But, you know.
I'm not sure it gets
Just
more
shut me
special
down
than
then, all right?
I mean, good try.
And with what we're doing with More Than Drill and Drum, there's been some tough times.
Tough. Facts.
Tough time.
Yeah.
But we can go back to what the Lord has done for us, bringing us together to do More Than Drill and Drum in the way that he did. And we can give thanks and we can say, you know what? He'll sort it all out, man.
Yeah.
Because if he was able to do something as crazy as that, he'll be able to do a lot more. Oh,
whoopsies. So poetic. But it is actually so true. So true. Because I think even if we tried to make up the story ourselves, I don't think we could choreograph something as well as that. Because it's just so rare. Like, how many times have your parents said, like, yeah, that's not usual, you know? And indeed it isn't. And I realized, oh, okay, it now makes sense. It makes sense why we clicked like that. Maybe our friendship was just low-key, or shall I say cousinship, was actually just low-key brewing that whole time, waiting for now.
I was going to say, like, we probably had loads of fun. Me, you, and the cousin.
The cousin.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, man. So here we are. Many years later. A bit older, perhaps a bit wiser.
I hope so. Something we can talk about. We got our first More Than Ginger practice the other day.
We did.
That was a wonderful moment.
It was wonderful. It really, really was.
Know that we could share on a cousin, like,
yeah, exactly. I think we should own that, man. Yeah.
I mean, when we like to part from each other, it's like, my long time friend. So you guys are on the inside joke.
What are we talking about?
You guys are in on the inside joke.
Yeah.
English. But yeah, we had our first practice the other day.
How did you find it?
It was great. Things went wrong. Things went right.
Yeah.
New concepts were made. Old habits were changed. Go on.
You're spitting bars right now.
But yeah, it was nice because it's a fresh team.
Yeah.
Some of them I haven't even met myself, only that first time.
Same.
But to be able to learn, teach, joke about, pray together, that's what I want in life, man.
It was so good. And I think it was a really special atmosphere in the room where you've got people who are coming from quite different places, different stages, yet there was just this really positive energy in the room. Like we had quite a few different activities that allowed people to mix with people that they didn't come with, which allowed us to get to know each other a little bit better. And you could feel that, people are actually interested to get to know each other. And after the practice, you know, having a chat to people to see what they thought about it, it was just happiness in the room. Now, is that to say that it was perfect? No, it wasn't. And we were adapting that session for real. Whether it was like switching things around or
trying to find a key to get the drums that we
new activity made up on the spot, like just one thing after another. Literally from before we'd even started, it was like, this session's not going to plan.
The fact that we started late, that's when you know things are going wrong.
Literally, it's like, is that 01? We are late, man. But certain things were out of our control. And so I think we, by God's grace, were able to recover the situation. And boy, did I come out feeling energized from that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I did. I really did.
And for anyone that is interested in being a part of a team, even if it's not our team, a drill or drum team, just send us a DM. We will sort you out.
And feel free to also
comment and subscribe. Yes.
So, Ty, I think we said what needed to be said.
You said, did you want to sum it up or anything?
I think if I was to put
I'll let you get yeast. We'll copy you in.
I'm going to talk straight to this camera. So essentially, it's a privilege and a pleasure to be able to get to do More Than Drill and Drum as a project with my long lost cousin Tyreese.
And I'd say the same to you, to be able to find you yet again and to go on this journey of More Than Drill and Drum. It's an honour.
And so that brings us to the end of this unique episode. Something a little bit different, but we hope that you enjoyed it nonetheless.
Catch us next time on
More Than Drill and Drum. Bye.
Hello, Jimmy.
Woo.
And if you like content like this, join us. No. No.
I
You switched. I wanted to switch.